Today is January 6, 2020, and we are here in Virginia Beach at City Hall, where just a month ago, citizens urged the City Council to take a vote for sanctuary city status for the Second Amendment. Today, that political pressure has turned into an actual vote, and we see in the background thousands, almost 1,500 to 2,000 people lined up, another 400 inside. The fire marshal has closed the building off, and here we stand ready to see how our city legislator will represent the citizens. So Vincent, tell me a little bit about what's happening here tonight. It's a month later.
Well, we're a month out. It's January 6th, 2020, as you can see behind us. We estimate pushing 2,000 people here tonight. We got Building 19 behind you is full of people watching. You got City Hall is full of people participating in government. It's great to be in the greatest country in the world, free enough to go in there and speak and assist your government in representing you. I'm going to go out on a limb here and predict we're going to have at least a 6-4 vote tonight. I think we're going to pass this easily. We've got 5 council members who sponsored. We have commitments from 1 other council member who is definitely going to be a yes. So I appreciate everybody coming out. I think we want to shift the focus now to making sure everybody gets out tomorrow. Same time, same place, tomorrow. We need to come out and speak against Henley's resolution she's bringing back from June. She wants to support Richmond in the creation of more gun-free zones, and we all know how that turned out.
Vincent, Rob.
Hey, man. Good
to
see you again.
Yeah, absolutely. Same thoughts. So we're out here, Second Amendment Sanctuary City meeting. It's a month later, and I just got your speaker point, and you said that we've got something else to do tomorrow. Tell me a little bit about that so we can hear it here.
Okay, well, back in June, right after the unfortunate shooting we had at Building 2 in Virginia Beach, Councilman Wooten wanted to pass a resolution to support new legislation in Richmond to allow localities to ban firearms from public buildings.
Wow.
Now that's not an answer. We all know gun-free zones kill people, and we don't need to be creating more. So if you want to make sure that doesn't happen, we need you to come back out here tomorrow, January 7th. Meeting starts at 6. I'd say get here 4:30, 5 o'clock to get a seat. Call the city clerk, 385-4303. You want to sign up to speak to oppose item I-13.
That's interesting. Now tell me a little bit about these gun-free zones. We see them all over the place. Don't they work? I mean, come on, they're everywhere. You can't carry a gun in a gun-free zone, right?
Well, you know, if you could put up a sign and tell people to don't kill people, people wouldn't kill people. But signs don't do anything. You know, you've got the Garlic Festival in California, gun-free zone. Somebody just sneaks a gun in. You can't legislate evil from the heart of man. I say it over and over, and people just won't listen. You can't just make a law and expect people to pass it, because if you did, then Mark Herring would have just told the people of Texas it's not legal to go into a church and shoot folks during service. But yet Mark Herring thinks he's just going to tell people that laws in Virginia are going to be followed. Don't think it's going to work that way.
Now, there's a lot of things that are taking place in Richmond. This Sanctuary City movement is just one of them.
Yeah.
That's a citizen-run movement. What are some other things going on in Richmond that are on your scope that you're thinking about?
Well, Lobby Day is coming up January 20th. It's Martin Luther King Day. A lot of folks do have the day off, but don't think it's a waste of a trip, because the state legislature, the General Assembly, the legislative aides, they work that day. They will be there. You will be able to get in front of some of them and have a discussion, a very civilized discussion with these folks, and convince them how much we do not need gun control.
You know, I'm going to go ahead and put you on the spot here.
Yep.
I've only known you personally about a month, and not even really personally, more on this kind of basis right here, as a common goal. But great speaker, a lot of good thoughts. I know you're an engineer, very meticulous. Are there any thoughts that you might have about any political careers or anything?
Well, you know, I'm not going to say that I'm
never...
never...
Can't say it if you don't want to say
No,
it.
I'm not going to say I never wanted to be a politician, but, you know, I feel like I've reached the point in my life where I've learned enough about people, I've learned enough about how government works, that I think I could do more for the city. And, you know, if any of you watched the workshop that started at 4 o'clock, if you haven't seen it, you'll be able to see it on YouTube tomorrow morning. It'll be up there. It'll be on Facebook already. You can go back and watch that. Councilmember Henley had some very not so favored things to say about this resolution, and I really didn't expect to hear that come from her. So I probably will be exploring running in the Princess Anne district in the next election.
That's interesting. I'm excited to hear more about that. And I guess a bonus question, I'll take the liberty. A lot of times, people that come to office and everything, they may not have a particular background in, I don't know, business or government affairs or things like that, but they may have a background in philosophy or might just have a good head on their shoulders. What do you think is a good candidate's qualifications to be in leadership on the city council?
Well, I think the most important thing is you have to remember you represent the people who elected you. You don't represent your ideals. You don't necessarily represent all of their ideals, but you need to have the need and the desire to make your city better, to work for your constituents, and sometimes that does mean putting your beliefs aside. I'm never going to be one to say that this next election is a Second Amendment election. I'm not going to do that. You know, a lot of people wanted to speak out against John Moss. Well, guess what? John Moss sponsored this resolution. But I don't think that any election should be about just guns. You know, if John Moss voted against this, I'd still vote for the guy. Every time he speaks, I agree with 90% of the things he said. If he didn't agree with me about firearms, why would I vote against somebody like that?
Sure. So there's some common sense involved in there too.
Absolutely.
A little bit of grain of salt.
You can't win everybody.
I got it. Yeah. Vincent, it's great talking with you today. Thank you for all your help, and catch you on the flip side.
Yep, I'll still be around. Thanks.
Okay. Hey, Daniel.
Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you again. Nice to run into you again. We're out here in Virginia Beach. It's January 6th.
Yeah.
About a month after the citizens came and asked for a vote about sanctuary cities.
I don't think they were asking. I think they were demanding.
I think you're right
I think
about
they were
that.
reminding the city council of their constitutional duty is what they were doing.
Absolutely. I'd like to introduce you to the camera real quick and let people know who you are and tell us a little bit about the Gun Save Lives sticker that you got and about who you are and what you're running for.
Yeah, sure. I'm Daniel Gate. I'm a candidate for United States Senate here in Virginia, and I'm proud to wear a Gun Saves Lives sticker because it's true. There are, I think, like 2 million defensive uses of firearms every year, and guns are a part of our culture. And what these people are standing up for is a peaceful right to keep and bear arms as the Constitution guarantees. So I'm proud of these folks. They're my fellow citizens, my fellow Virginians, standing up for their rights.
I like it. So, Daniel, tell me a little bit about this. How do you think we go about and enact change? There's a lot of hot-headed voices within the crowd. There's a lot of people talking about
Within this
revolution.
crowd?
Not this crowd, but within the 2A crowd in general, especially online and comments. What is a good way to go about changing the direction of Richmond?
Well, so first, I would just push back a little bit. I don't think there's been a lot of hot-headedness here. I went to a rally in Shenandoah. I've gone to a couple rallies in Shenandoah County, way up in the northwest part of the state. I've been to this rally today. I've been to some stuff in the southwest part of the state, and every single one has been what I would describe as well-regulated. In other words, people are not showing up with, this is not like some kind of violent movement of people articulating or expressing a desire to overthrow the government. These are peaceful people who are scared that their way of life is under threat.
So like yourself running for Senate, you think that a way to kind of move through this situation might be through voting?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So, but before voting, right, there's no voting for House of Delegates until 2 years from now.
Right.
So these people are telling the people in the House of Delegates, we didn't, we might have missed our chance to vote in November. Don't do dumb things, or we will be coming for your seat and we will get it back. So that's a powerful message. I hope these legislators are listening.
Yeah, I got one other question about Lobby Day. There's a couple of them that are coming up in Richmond, not just on the 20th, hosted by the VCDL. It's Virginia's Lobby Day, not just theirs, but definitely they organize it. One of the things is January 8th, Eileen Filler-Corn, the new incoming speaker, supposedly may introduce a notion that there won't be any firearms or rifles allowed on the Capitol Square. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's nonsense, right? The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, and what we see is them attempting to infringe their rights, infringe on our rights. So, of course, there's that rally. There's also a protest against the misguided attempt to resurrect the ERA from its grave, the constitutional amendment nonsense. A rally on the 13th with the NRA, a rally on the 20th with the VCDL. Me or my people will be at all of these rallies. We're proud of Virginians for standing up for their rights and articulating their desire to have the government that they want. And this is classic First Amendment political speech right here, and I'm super proud of these folks.
I'm excited. We're great to have you here.
Yes,
I'm going to
sir.
sign
Thanks.
off and just let you speak to your constituents, possible one more time.
All right, perfect. I'm Daniel Gate. I'm a candidate for United States Senate here in Virginia, and our rights are under attack. And I will defend our rights just as I've defended our country for 25 years in military service, including at great risk to myself. I was wounded in combat twice and lost my right leg, so I'm no stranger to hardship, and I am ready and excited for this fight. Thanks for watching.
Hello, I'm Robert Ham. And you are?
I'm Lucia Owen. I'm running for Virginia Beach City Council, the at-large seat for 2020. Lucia,
okay.
Yes.
Lucia Owen. Now tell me a little bit about why you're running and who you're running against, please.
So I am running because I'm a lifelong resident of Virginia Beach. I want to bring not only the capability of having more 30-some working mothers as a representative on City Council, but I want to bring a little bit more of knowledge in the technology atmosphere. Nobody else on City Council currently has a background or has any expertise in technology to help utilize the broadband cables, and that is what my career is. I'm a digital marketing manager for a major corporation.
Interesting. I like that a lot. Friends, I'm here again today with Leon Benjamin. You saw him over at Suffolk last time. And today we're going to talk about Virginia Beach. It's January 6th, if you didn't know, and there's a vote going on out here. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, very important issue again. The Second Amendment rights, the right to bear arms, and the issue is spreading all around Virginia that these rights to defend ourselves come from God and not from government. But yet we see an inkling of tyranny peeking its ugly head through our representatives who would say that we're better off being protected by the militia or the military and not being able to have the opportunity to defend our loved ones, our little ones, our wives, our children.
Sure.
And I think this is tantamount right now to what's going to prevail, I believe, across the whole nation. If it ends here, it's not going to spread anywhere else across the nation.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, you're running for the 4th District seat, Virginia's 4th District seat against Don McEachin, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
if I'm not mistaken, too, Don McEachin maybe has made some statements about how to deal with sanctuary cities. You care to elaborate on that?
I don't know whether he was having a bad day or something was going on, but when he said sick the militia on the citizens,
sure,
that was a terrible move.
Yeah.
We thank God for our military. I served in the United States Navy.
Absolutely.
And thank God for our military. We took the oath to defend our Constitution against both foreign and domestic enemies. But to just tell the militia just to go and harass the citizens because they're not behaving, then that's not really good.
Now, since you're running and you were speaking about something real strong, you said that our rights come from God and unalienable rights almost. I seem to remember that from a kind of a document, maybe the Constitution?
Yeah.
So this isn't a new idea that you've got?
No. I thank God that I took a class on the Constitution and to get a better understanding of the intent and the motivation behind our founding fathers, making sure that certain things were inclined in this document.
Sure.
And it's not a dead document.
No.
These words actually are derivatives from the Bible, the Bible.
The living word.
Yeah, the living word, basic instructions before leaving Earth.
Right.
And they knew that the fight would be to have this type of republic, a constitutional republic, would be a great one. Now, Benjamin Franklin said it's great if we can keep it.
That's right. You know, a lot of people out there don't think we have a republic. Maybe they've forgotten. They feel that we are in a democracy, like a solid democracy. Tell me about that.
Right. The democracy means the majority rules. And we've seen lately that the majority rules looks like a mob rule.
Oh, okay.
So, but no, a constitutional republic is what we have. Our founding fathers made sure that we would have representation from every state.
I like it.
From every state.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to let you go here and sign off to your soon-to-be, hopefully, constituents.
Look.
It was great to see you again.
Thank you. I want to say this too. Look, if you want to
Take
be
it
part
away.
of my team, my Grassroots team, just text the word Grassroots, 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 to the number 94253, and you'll be a part of our G7, our Grassroots team. God's number 7 for perfection. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the Commonwealth of Virginia. And God bless the 4th Congressional District.
Hey, I'm former Congressman Scott Taylor. I'm running against Elaine Lauria to take the seat back here in the 2nd District, and I'm out here, of course, in Virginia Beach. to support the Virginia Beach becoming a sanctuary city and sending a message to Richmond not to infringe on our Second Amendment rights. What you see behind me is a peaceful protest, folks that are mothers and sons and daughters and veterans and military folks and just regular civilians who are coming here very, very concerned about the bills that are coming out of Richmond that infringe on their rights. Quite frankly, there's a bill out there that would make many people, millions of people in Virginia felons, including myself. So you're seeing peaceful protests here, you're seeing people coming to make their voices heard in Virginia Beach, and you're also seeing it all across Virginia, and you're going to see it on January 20th for a Lobby Day rally for Richmond to tell those folks, don't tread on us, don't infringe on our Second Amendment rights.
Scott, Robert Ham.
Pleasure.
It's definitely. It's great to see. I've seen you out here since December 3rd. I've seen you all over the place. I really like the fact that you're out there. And you're campaigning again for 2020. Is that right?
That's correct. We're going to take the seat back in the 2nd District.
I really like that. And tell me a little bit about what this means to you. We're a month later, December 3rd, January 6th. We're here again.
I think, look, folks, citizens, they have a right to feel like their babies are protected in school. They have a right to feel like the politicians are trying to stop gun violence. However, they also have their Second Amendment rights, which supersede all those things. And what you're seeing is a reaction, quite frankly, I think a premeditated attack on our Second Amendment rights in Richmond. And right here, you're seeing peaceful people coming out here and saying, no, you're not going to tread on us. You're not going to take our rights away. And we're trying to get our elected representatives here in Virginia Beach to send a message to Richmond of the same.
Absolutely. Now, this proposal and everything is about Second Amendment sanctuary status and having our locality not spend any money to enforce laws that may be unconstitutional until checked by the court. That's all great, but what do you say about people that are new to the issue? What about just some sensible gun rights? I mean, is there a sensible gun right with the Second Amendment? What do you do?
Well, I mean, for example, Tulsi Gabbard and I co-sponsored a bill that in the military, if folks are commit a crime and they're convicted in the military justice court system, it doesn't always match up with the civilian one.
Right.
They're supposed to report to the FBI all felons.
Sure.
The military has not done that, right?
Sure.
So what has happened is people who are able to get guns who aren't supposed to get guns. That is a loophole that you can close, right?
I'd agree.
However, when you look at even in Virginia Beach, when we had a shooting here, all the proposed gun control, what people say is common sense, would have had zero effect on that. It wouldn't do anything. And you're seeing these policies that are implemented around our country in different cities and states that haven't had any effect on reducing gun violence. All they're doing is infringing on law-abiding citizens' rights. So it's important that we send this message to Richmond and tell them we don't want that here in Virginia.
I think that's a great example that you call out. Common sense gun laws actually mean making sense, like closing that loophole like you talk about.
Any law, and I've made laws in Virginia and the United States, and any law, anything that you're going to propose should solve a problem.
Sure.
It shouldn't just be in search of solving a problem. It should solve a problem. And none of the proposed legislation actually solves a problem except for create a problem. It creates problems for law-abiding citizens.
Yeah. Got it. Wait. Oh, something happened over there that they didn't like.
Somebody was opposed to this, I guess.
Someone may be. Let me ask a quick question. Eileen Filler-Corn, the incoming House Speaker for Virginia, has made statements that maybe her and the Democratic Party are considering banning firearms in the Capital Region area. Now, I'm not really familiar with what that means. I know that we've had the purview of being there with firearms for quite a long time, ever since I've known.
Yes.
Can you speak to that a little bit? Tell me about that.
Sure. So I served with Eileen, and she's a nice person. She cares about the state.
Sure.
She's just wrong.
Okay.
So, she does. I mean, she's a good person. She's just wrong. And yes, we've had the right to carry in government grounds before.
Sure.
And we should continue to be able to have that. We should feel safe anywhere.
Right.
Quite frankly. So I just think she's well intended, but she's just wrong.
Right. Well, we've got a lot going on Lobby Day, January 20th. There's a couple of other organizations that'll be there, like on January 13th and 8th. When will you be there?
I'll definitely be there on the 20th. If I can get there before, then I will. I just don't know what the schedule is. It's pretty busy, but I'll be there on the 20th for the big Lobby Day.
I look forward to seeing you there. I'm going to go off camera and let you speak to, hopefully, your upcoming constituents.
Hey guys, it's me again. No, I'm back. We're in. We're going to take the seat back here in the 2nd District. It's important. Elaine Loria is not at all who she said she was, and she's exactly who we said she was. Voted with Pelosi 98% of the time. She's not present in the district, and she's hell-bent on impeachment. And she certainly wants to take away your Second Amendment rights, which I can't stand for. So here we go.
Take care, Scott.
Thank you.
With the John F. Kennedy, the CV-67 aircraft carrier. I served in the Gulf Wars, Desert Shield, Desert Storm. And no one likes war, no one likes fighting. But fighting is sometimes necessary to maintain the peace. But now they're gone another step, another level. This is a type of tyranny.
I'm right next to him.
This is when you now start to trample upon and start to walk over the rights, the God inalienable rights of citizens. Our founding fathers put that in place for a reason. Never again will we have tyranny peek its ugly head up to try to take away the God-given rights that are given not by government, but given by God. One of the reasons why we got to get McKeachin out of there, because I'm running for Congress in the 4th Congressional District. And we got to get him out of there because he wants to use the militia to chase down people who are misbehaving. But they're not misbehaving. We're just standing for truth and for righteousness. And we're standing for what the Constitution has already given us. And if you really want to look at history, all of this is right now, this has already happened before. But this is intensified because the Second Amendment gives us the fortification and gives us the stabilization that if any other rights get taken away from us, we will have the ability to defend ourselves. Well, if you take away the 2A, forget the 1A, 3A, 4A, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forget all the rest of them. Because when government can come in and tell you where you can go, where you go to bed, what house to buy, how much money you can make, and all those type of things, tyranny has set in. Look at all the other countries, Venezuela and some of the other countries where it started off as something very innocent. We want to protect you because we know what's best for you. Lie, 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 lie. I've been a bishop for 18 years, serving as a pastor, serving the community. And one of the main things that I see that's happening right now is that we can now get on one heartbeat. We can get on one heartbeat. We can get on one rhythm. And if we can stay on this rhythm, they will not be able to refuse us if we stay on this drum beat right now. It's called the 2A drum beat. It will galvanize us. It will bring white, black, red, brown, yellow, all of us together so that we can sing the same song. We will not be denied our God-given rights. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. My name is Leon Benjamin, and I'm running for the 4th Congressional District to take McKeachin out of that office.
All right, so I just need to borrow his voice there for a little bit. Look, you know, I've been analyzing this. I'm Philip Van Cleve. I'm the president of VCDL. I've been analyzing this, you know, and you know, we were all saying, geez, where were these people when the voting came up? But you know, I've got to thinking about this. I've kind of come to the conclusion that what we're going through is what you would call purgatory. You know, the only way we can wake up some people, unfortunately, that we need is to go through this. They have our rights that threatened. They have somebody working to take them away. But what it's done is it's woken up a segment of the population, a huge segment that's been asleep. And I think that's what we're going to need to move forward and actually get this stuff fixed once and for all as best we can. The baptism of fire is another way of looking at it. You know, I wish we didn't have to go through this, but I'll tell you what, the energy, all you guys standing out here, it's cold out here. It's a work night. You know, tomorrow's a work day for you guys, and you're here. So that's been happening across the Commonwealth. We've had, in a place where they normally would expect 50 people to show up, we've had 3,000 showing up. And it's definitely sending a message. The press is going to be at Lobby Day, which is on January 20th. Be sure and attend that. This has gotten national attention. I'm going to be on CBS News tomorrow, I think. They filmed me here. This is a big deal. You're part of something that's going to make history. My wife pointed that out. At first I didn't believe her, and I realized she was absolutely right. This is going to be history. The United States is watching us. The rest of our fellow patriots in other states are watching us because they know we are the canary in the coal mine. Amen. If we go down, they're going to go down. If we survive, then they'll survive. They will learn from us how this is done and how you speak out. We're doing what the American dream is. We're standing here talking to our legislators, letting our voices be heard, and hopefully when that comes back up, we'll see the vote, and we'll be another piece in that puzzle. But thank you very much. You guys are doing great. Give yourselves a hand.
Hey everybody, my name is Daniel Gade and I'm running for United States Senate and I'm going to take out Mark Warner. I'm going to take him out because you're going to help me do it. And I'm going to tell you a story that's going to illustrate exactly how and why you're going to help me do it. When I was wounded in combat for the second time in January 10th, 2005, I'm an Army guy. I was transported, thank you. I was transported by a Marine Corps helicopter to a Navy surgical facility. And when I got there, I'd completely bled out. And they were gonna call it. And then they gave me all the blood they had stored and it wasn't enough. And then they went to the mess hall. And they said, attention, attention, if you have A positive blood, come and give it to this guy, otherwise this Army guy is gonna die. And 25 sailors and Marines who I never knew and would never meet got up from their plates. Side note, it's hard to get Navy guys to get up from their plates. And they came over and they donated their fresh, hot, life-giving blood into my veins and it saved my life. And what you're doing right now is donating your fresh, hot, life-giving blood into the veins of liberty. And this movement is spreading around the country, and I'm proud of you, and I'm excited to be your next United States Senator. I'm Daniel Gade.
Folks, my name is Ben Loyola, and I'm running for Congress in the 2nd Congressional District. We're going to remove our Congresswoman Elaine Loria, who wants to take our magazines away, and she's already wants to fund the budget to take cash back for what you paid your hard-earned money for. And we're not going to let her do that. I'm excited to be here tonight. Thank you all for coming out tonight. I'm a humble man, I'm a family man, a small business owner. I'm blessed because I came to this country thanks to the sacrifices my parents made, and I served this country for 30 years. I retired as a Navy captain. I shared my story in there. But I fled a communist regime thanks to those sacrifices, and it happened in my lifetime, and now, sadly, what's happening, we're seeing it happening now, and we cannot let that happen. It's beyond belief that the City Council, who took that oath of office to defend the Constitution, the Commonwealth Constitution, which predates the American Constitution, they took that oath. And here we are trying to make a message, a symbolic message, but a very powerful message. So we're going to win this battle. We're going to keep our gun rights, our God-given, inalienable gun rights, only embodied in words in the Constitution, but they're God-given. So thank you so much. I'm here honored to be here with you all, and we're going to win. Vote in 11. Vote, vote, vote.
Folks, I got 2 words for you. Sabrina Wooten. You're going to be out here tomorrow night because she is putting the resolution in to make guns illegal in municipal buildings. That is not okay. I'm Eric Ray. I ran against her in 2018, and I'm glad to see that we've got some awake people tonight. We've got to get her out like we got to get out Elaine Loria, Don McKeechin. We got to take back our country, take back our city. This is ridiculous. We shouldn't have to be out here 2 nights to come out to ask them for something that is to be standard, our constitutional rights. No longer. When we elect Eric Ray, the city council, this will not happen again. I'm a Navy veteran. How many of you are Navy veterans? What do they teach us? Honor, courage, and commitment. That's what we have been instilled, and that's how we're going to serve. I'm a funeral director, small business owner, so I understand the place of business. Folks, we have to do this in November 3rd, 2020. Let's take our city back, let's take our country back, and let's get this thing back to the Constitution. We will not be
Hey, I'm Vincent Smith. I don't know if y'all know me or not. There's a guy that lives in a big white house up the road. He said, they're not after me, they're after you. I'm just in the way. I'm here to tell you, Richmond's not after your guns. They're after your Constitution, and we are all in their way. How many people here are Virginia Beach resident? If Hindley votes against this resolution, I will explore running for against her for city council. That's all I got to say. Thank you for coming out. Hey,
This guy right here is trying to get this done in Portsmouth. He's going to need your help on January 14th. We need you at Lobby Day, January 20th. We need you back here tomorrow night to speak against the resolution tomorrow night to create gun-free zones. Thank you all for coming out.
Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, my name is Jerome Bell. I'm a 27-year retired Navy Chief Petty Officer. Hoorah, Navy. Hey, what I want to say is, okay, they want to say that it's a racial divide in America, okay, with our guns. They want to take our guns, not just white guns. They want to take black guns too. We have the NRA. We have what I'm affiliated with, the National African American Gun Association. We have guns too. We're not going to give up our guns, and what we want to tell Richmond, you don't have the right to take our guns. We're not going to comply with you taking our guns, and we're going to take back the 2nd District. I'm running for Congress in the 2nd District. Thank you very much.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lucia Owen. I'm running for City Council at large. I'm running for Rosemary Wilson's seat. I am an advocate for firearms. I've been one ever since I worked at the National Rifle Association as an intern about 20 years ago. There's no reason that any state municipality should be voting against people's constitutional rights. We have a reason right there, Building 2. We had an individual in there who hindered herself from not having her firearm because she chose to have a job that morning over protecting her life. We should not have people having to make that choice. I am running for Virginia Beach City Council to help protect y'all and your lives and be able to have your constitutional rights, as well as to progress our city into the 21st century as we continue to go into the next decade. Vote for me. I'm in Virginia Beach. Lucia Owen.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to say I'm honored to be standing here in front of you. I'm just a simple guy. I grew up in Illinois. I moved here in 2001, and I was a couple blocks away from the Pentagon when it got hit. And on the 12th, I drove to New York, and I walked Ground Zero on September 12th, okay? And then when I enlisted in the infantry with a plan to go to Afghanistan, the only thing they had to fight off the world's greatest superpower was rifles. And they're kicking our ass with rifles. Okay, so don't you give in for a second thinking that they're going to take anything from us in our country, because we will not comply. My name is Thomas Speciale. I'm running for U.S. Senate, and I am equally or even more honored to be running in this campaign, in this primary, against a man of caliber of Daniel Gay.
Thanks, brother.
We can beat him. Yes. We can beat him. But it is going to take all of you to show up every single day, sign every petition, and give money to the candidates that are trying to take back our country from these Democrats. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And I want to throw a toast up to our president, who got the terrorist hat trick when he killed al-Baghdadi, he killed Qasem Soleimani, and he killed Abu Muhandis.
My name is Andy Bond, and I'm running in the 2nd Congressional District as well. And I went to Iraq, and I felt very, very safe on base, even though I was surrounded by brothers, a cross-section of society, because we were all required to be armed. Felt very safe. So that's the lesson here that I tried to bring to City Council. This is just a symptom of what they really want to do. Worry about your First Amendment rights. Ever hear of Antifa? They want to take those away. Somebody else mentioned Fifth Amendment, Fourth Amendment, the other rights that we have. They're all God-given, and they need to be protected. Thank you for standing up and doing that. Thank you.
All right, guys. Hey, so I am Brendan Mooney. I'm one of the executive members here in Virginia Beach. I want to thank every one of you guys for coming out. I'm not running for anything, so don't worry about that. No. Never. I will never be running. Don't worry. You don't want me in office. Anyway, so I want to say thank you guys, every single one of you. I live about 3 miles away. I knew what was going on in Building 2 because I was spray painting some ammo cans, and I hear all the sirens going by, and I was worried. I came down here, one of our churches, we were down here with the prayer shelter, and we were helping these people out. I'm down here with VCDL today, trying to make sure that we don't have our God-given rights taken away. I want to just say thank you guys for coming out, braving the cold. I've been here twice. I've been to Chesapeake, been to Suffolk. I'm going to Richmond, which everyone in this crowd will bring 4 people. I want 4 people. Everyone in this crowd will bring 4 people. I also want to say thank you to the Ben Loyola guys. They actually put this up, so make sure you say thanks. And honestly, thank you all. I am humbled, every single one of you guys, whether it's someone who's out here as a truck driver or someone who's out here as a white-collar lawyer or someone, especially, I want to thank the local gun shops that have been supporting us. There's a lot out there. Make sure you support them and tell them thank you. All right, well, hey, also, thanks, guys, and we're going to be turning the show back on there, right?
We're ready.
All right, we're live. Turn around and go.
Thank you.
I know, poor Gary.
For hearing us out.
Yes, sir.
In Federalist 50.
Okay, please.
By a vote of 6 to 4, you
That being said, no other business on the agenda. We are adjourned. Thank you.
We got pictures of it. Yeah. Cool. Nice.
Oh, man.
Already got it. 10 o'clock? Oh, we are.
Hey, guys! Hey! Before you guys leave,
Yes.
I want everyone to go around and pick up trash. These guys have been beyond awesome to us. The police have been helpful. Let's help them by picking up the trash. So if you see trash or anything on the ground,